hip-hop is the most powerful expression to hit the 20th century.
Hip-hop was once my educator. She was like the big sister I never had. She taught me how to respect myself and what to accept from other people. Hip-hop spoke the words of the community that I belonged to. She was a voice for the people who were bound by depression and struggle. Female artists like Lauryn Hill spoke about female issues and things that women experience on a daily basis. For another woman to speak out to me, to speak for me, and also about me, made me gravitate towards her music. Images of self-respect were how women were depicted in the earlier days of hip-hop. Unfortunately, her encouraging demeanor was overridden by sexual exploitation of women in hip-hop.
The space where the exploitation of black women has become almost required. And this is very troubling because black women are already coming out of a history of being sexually exploited, of being associated with sexual excess and deviance. And now in order to have a space in video culture, to be participants in the industry at large, they have to basically co-sign an exploitative conception of who they are in order to participate.
While women were fighting to be counted as equal by their male counterparts, rappers consistently sexually exploited women to make themselves look more masculine. Female MCs felt the need to dress sexy, hoping to gain fans from both males and females. The exploitation of women in hip-hop culture had become accepted by the artists and the audience. I began to worry that I would no longer have anyone to look up to. If my big sister, hip-hop, wasn't representing for the women in the right way, who could I turn to? Who would feed my need to hear conscious rap music that would uplift my spirits? I was starting to realize music wasn't what it once was.
It's like they can't be too hard, they can't be too soft, they gotta look right, guys gotta want them, you know what I'm saying? So I dig female rappers like big time, but I don't know what's happening. It's like the people don't buy it.
A lot of times before a female to get put on, you got to be Missy, you got to have Timberland with you. You know, you got to have Biggie if you Lil Kim. It's real like that. You know, you know, let's call it what it is. It's sexism in the business. You know what I mean? And women are not supported the way dudes are. And a lot of the women I've seen have more talent than the dudes as MCs.
And this is just historically, you know, but they've had success when they've had a male counterpart.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like
women have to walk such a fine line when it comes to everything. Women have to make choices, a lot more choices than dudes have to. They throw on their Tim's, baggy jeans, a platinum chain, and a 3XL t-shirt, and they are good to go. Women have to put a lot more into their marketing plan in terms of how they're going to sell themselves, whatever it is they do. Okay.
And sell themselves is exactly what hip-hop has come to. Not just for women, but for men as well. Today's artists market themselves and try to create a brand. There is no longer a creative force that drives the artist. The virtuosity and genius talent is now overshadowed by materialistic things that they want their fans to buy. I'm starting to believe that hip-hop is just another marketing scheme for big executives to get richer.
American mainstream is obsessed with black creative genius, be it music, walk, style, but at the same time puts a low priority on the black social misery, which is the very context out of which that creativity flows. So hip-hop itself is just, I mean, hip-hop emerges out of the American Ice Age. It's Reaganism. It's obsession with material toys. It's being indifferent to the suffering of the most vulnerable among us. And it's precisely among that most vulnerable among us that this genius emerges out of the Bronx with African Bambaataa and Kool Herc and the whole stuff. You all know the history. But what happens? Mainstream America all of a sudden says, my God, this genius is undeniable. I've got to get in, I want to get in on it.
Regardless of how hip-hop has been dragged through the dirt, used and abused, I will always have love for hip-hop. But until the artist is back in control of what they want their music to represent, I guess she, hip-hop, my big sister, my educator, is just someone that I used to know.